so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Best, thank you for joining. I appreciate everyone that have connected to this very program wherever you are joining from. Bam Friday, Simon, Bam, thank you for joining. Please share the broadcast on your platform. As you join, please kindly share. Share it to any WhatsApp group that you belong. Share there. Ekpa, thank you for joining. Ekpa. Clement, thank you for joining. Please share the broadcast. Share the broadcast as you join. As you join us, you share. That is how you can be able to support and reach out to other people. Remember, we are still on the radical evangelism. You are part of it. You're welcome, the Gentle Lion. Thank you for joining, Gentle Lion. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. My beloved brother, Gentle Lion, thank you for joining. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect you. Everyone that is connecting, any place you are joining this program from, I appreciate you. I welcome you. I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect you. If you are joining from Biafra land, you are joining from Asia, you are joining from Europe, from America, from Australia, from any part of the world, from any part of Africa, New Zealand, you are joining from Russia, I appreciate you and I welcome you today. More especially people that are joining from Biafra land, my special thanks go to you. I appreciate every one of you and I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every one of you that have connected. As you have connected to this very program, please kindly share the program to your own platform. Share it in your Facebook, share it in your WhatsApp groups, share it any place you belong. That is what we're supposed to do. It is very important so that we can be able to reach every Biafran. This message of freedom, this message of Biafra is our message, is our gospel. We have to send it across. We have to make sure that this gospel reaches to every garden person anywhere on the planet Earth. They must hear us. Most importantly, at the time that we're in, every Biafra must hear this very message. Every Biafran. We will not leave anybody behind. We are not going to leave anybody behind. As we are counting hours, in question of hours, we are going to step into a different form. In question of hours, don't forget our countdown. Countdown, we are still going. In question of hours, things are going to happen. I tell you, you must pay attention. You must pay attention and watch closely. Do not be stingy with any information you hear. Make sure you pass the information so that it will reach out to everybody. That hour has come. The hour we have been waiting for has come. That hour we have been waiting for has come. Our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano, prepared us for this very hour. He talked so much about this very hour. Mazen Nandekano preached a lot and talked so much about this very hour. And when he was about to launch us into that very march that is so much talked about, the enemy struck. The enemy struck and Mazen Nandekano was hindered. All to the glory of Chukwu Okike. Only Chukwu Okike knew why Mazen Nandekano did not make that move. But I tell you, today we are getting into that very stage again. In question of hours, we are going to get into that stage and a lot of challenges are going to come. They are preparing, they are attacking, they are coming from all corners. But I tell you, it doesn't matter what they do this time around. We are going home. We are going home. The hour we have been waiting for has come. I have been broadcasting and announcing and telling people, If you know that you have been standing on the fence, this is not the time to stand on the fence. If you have questions to ask, those questions must have been answered by now. If your question is not answered by now, I wonder what you're waiting for. If your question is not answered by this moment, it means that question is irrelevant and you have to dump it to the dustbin. Every single question we are asking has been answered by our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa. And he had made the final move to open the gate wide for everybody to key in and march into freedom. That is where we are. We are counting minutes. We are counting minutes. We are counting minutes. We are counting time. We are counting time. If you lose your guard at this particular point in time, I'm sorry for you. No Biafra must lose their guard at this particular point in time. If you lose your guard, you have yourself to blame. We have come a long way. This was a preparation that we made a decade ago. Our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano, prepared us for what is coming. He shouted on top of his voices. He cried and cried and cried. He cried and called upon. At the extent he began to ask for 100 men. Even when he decided to make that move, what did they do? The enemy struck. And Chukwu Okakabiama, for one reason or the other, allowed it. And today, our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, picked up from where he stopped. And our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, have been building on that foundation. We started counting another 150 days. That same 150 days that Master Nandekano led us in. Mazen Nandekano told us after the 150-day prayer that we're going to launch ourselves into the march. That after 150 days prayer, we will march. But that very march was truncated. Because Chukwu Okama permitted it for a reason. And if you don't know reason why Chukwu Okama permitted it, you should have known it by now. The kind of revelation that was made last year, the way the saboteurs were exposed last year, we tell you why Chukwu Okakabiama permitted the kidnap of Mazen Nandekano. There have been so many evil men hiding under the cover of Biafra. There have been so many people hiding on the name of Biafra. When we know that the Biafra we are talking about is the kingdom of Chukwu Okakabiama on the planet Earth, and Biafra will not behold evil. If you are not clean and pure, you cannot be part of those who will restore Biafra. It doesn't matter how you try. If you are not sincere, you are not clean, you will not be part of that restoration. And that was why the restoration was delayed. And Chukwu Okakabiama used Master Simon Ekpa, the spokesperson of Biafra, to sanitize the struggle, to sanitize and separate the chaff from the wheat. Today, we are on a very clean slate. And in that clean slate, we enter the countdown of the 150 days. And as you're watching me today, we are counting hours. In question of hours, you are going to see a different tone. Our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, is going to make a State of the Nation broadcast tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okakabiama. After that State of the Nation broadcast, you will never ever remain the same. Our captivity will never ever stand. Any place you are in Biafra land at this last minute, and this last minute that we are, you must not lose your guard. At this last minute that we are in, don't lose your guard. It doesn't matter what you see. It doesn't matter the temptation you see. It doesn't matter the obstacle you see. It doesn't matter the propaganda you see. Let me tell you, propaganda has not finished. If you think that our enemy relaxes, they will never ever relax. They are going to unleash everything against us. They are going to. That is why I am preaching this message. Do not lose your guard. Don't. As we are entering into this final stage, do not lose your guard. Open your eyes wide. Be security conscious. Pay attention to every single thing that happens around you. And listen to the autopiloted IPOB. If you are not yet following Master Simon Ekpa on Twitter, I beg you in the name of Chukwu Okakabiama, for your own sake, Open up a Twitter account. Go and follow Mazi Simon Ekpa. Type Simon Ekpa on Twitter. Follow him. And retweet every single tweet that he tweets. Retweet them. This is not the time to play with information. At this point in time, we need information more than anything. You need it. I need it. I will do my own part to make sure I bring the information closer to your doorstep. You have to do the same by sharing this very broadcast to everybody that's close to you. Share it. Don't be stingy with it. Share the broadcast and make sure you reach out to everybody. We are in the time that we have to be together and move on. You're welcome, my beloved sister Ada. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much, my beloved sister Ada. You're welcome. At this point in time, every hand must be on deck. This is not the time to antagonize anybody. This is not the time of blame. This is not the time of looking. This is a time everybody must bring what he or she has on the table. Pay attention. Our countdown continues. We are building on the foundation led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Every single thing you see our spokesperson Mazi Simon Ekpa do today, he is building on that foundation led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You cannot lay any other foundation apart from building on that which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have led. And that is why we are following him gently, marching forward into Biafra. The 150 days countdown. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started it with us and they truncated it. Only Chukwu Okeke knew why he permitted that. But today, as the day goes by, you can still see certain reasons. You can see why Chukwu Okeke permitted that in order to sanitize Biafra. In order to make sure that some evil cabals who are pretending, some wolf in sheepskin, who are pretending to be with us, who are not with us, are being exposed. And I tell you, it is either Biafra or Biafra. It is either Biafra or there is no two ways about it. Today, go to the social media. You see their tears. We warned you. We warned you. But every one of you that is one Nigerian is, every one of you that was preaching obedient, you need to be thankful to the autopiloted IPOB. Every one of them, all those people who were preaching obedient, who were talking about election, today you have seen your shame. You have seen some of you that still have conscience are already confessing, apologizing. We don't need your apology. You are forgiven even before you apologize. Our spokesperson has spoken the mind of the whole Biafrans that no matter what happens in the past, you are forgiven. But you have to pray and thank your star for the autopiloted IPOB who has been holding the flag, who has kept a flag and given you a place to fall onto. Just imagine if there were no Mazi Simon Ekpa, if there were no autopilot under the spokesmanship of Mazi Simon Ekpa and on the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if there was not something like that, what will be your fate today? What will be your fate today? It is laughable when I see people talk about court. Laughable. That is one of the scam. You know, when we tell you that a London boy is a scammer, you will never believe until when it continues to happen. And in every stage, he reveals how ineffective he is. Every stage of the game, the London boy reveals a new strategy of scamming. Who in his right senses, we have faith that the court of the Zoological Republic will give him justice. On which planet? When the whole world is already congratulating the man who they rigged the election in his favor. The man who the election was rigged in his favor, they are already congratulating him. Congratulatory messages coming from all parts of the world. And you want to go to court. And by the way, how many years does a case last in the court of the zoo? This same person that is going to court, the 2019 election case is still in the court. It has not ended. The 2019 case of Muhammadu Buhari with the same London boy and Atiku Abubakar, their case is still in the court since 2019. Now the tenure is finished and the case is still in court. There again, you see the same man is coming again to go to court to say he wants to go and claim mandate. It's laughable. But I thank you, that we can't be deceived, and Biafrans can't be deceived anymore. When we call the London boy a scammer, that is part of the scam, telling he's going to court. He didn't even have the liver to organize a protest. He didn't even have the liver to demand. Let's assume he won. Let's assume he won. He doesn't have the liver to demand for his right. Do you know why he wouldn't do that? Some of you don't know. Do you know why the London boy would not demand for his right? It is because every one of them is a scam. Every one of them rig election. Including him himself, the London boy. He participated in the rigging. Oh, you didn't know? You didn't know? So when we told you that the Biafran people are sitting at home, he thought it was a joke. Biafran people sat at home. Only a handful of people came out. Only a handful of people. And how did he manage to generate the vote he presented that is from the southeast? How? Where did he come from? Where did he come from? You saw when the other criminal came out and began to show their own result, that it was one handwriting that was used to write result. The same thing the APC was doing is the same thing Labour was doing. The same thing PDP was doing. They are in competition of who is more fraudulent than the other. Just like they started during the campaign. The same thing they did during the campaign. You know, during campaign, they were challenging each other who is more fraudulent. This one is a drug baron. The other one is a fraudster, a scammer. The other one is went and hid money, a tax invader. They were competing. Who is much fraudulent among them when they were campaigning? After those campaign of fraud, now when it came to the election, they still went into competition of who knows how to manipulate more. That is why he cannot be bold to demand with the masses for his mandate, because it's not his mandate. He participated in rigging also. Election was written for him in the southeast. Those of us who said we don't want to be part of the election, we know we are in the highest number. The Biafran that did not come out to vote, they are in the greatest number. Where did he generate those figures that we are calling from? Where did they come from? And this is a man who wants to go to court. And when he goes to court and such is being thrown out, such is being thrown up, then you begin to look into it and see that every single one of them was engaged in that fraud. That is why the Biafrans cannot be part of that madness. We can't be part of it. You see why we are telling you? The foundation of the zoo is built on fraud, on lie, on criminality, on scam. That is why we don't want to be part of it. And the same man, to show you how shameless they are, the same man, you saw him when he was making speech, the London boy. When the London boy was making speech, what did he say? He said that the road through which he enters to power, the foundation which leads into power, matters a lot. That he cannot go into power through a fraudulent foundation. He made that comment in his mouth. He said that the foundation of the foundation through which you have what you have matters a lot. In his own word, go and check that very interview that was granted to him, where he said it. That foundation of how you enter into an office or power matters a lot. And yet, result was written for him, he himself. In the southeast, Biafra land, result was written for him by his cliques. In their various churches. People were in the churches writing. That is how evil the zoo is. This is a country that have made everything in it to become corrupt. The pastors are corrupt, the reverend fathers are corrupt, the teachers are corrupt, the lecturers are corrupt, the doctors are corrupt. Corruption is everywhere. If you don't want to be part of it, they will drag you into it. That is how evil the zoo is. The zoo will drag you into corruption, no matter how pure. Let me tell you, there is no single person that is doing any business in Nigeria that is legitimate. None. Not even one. That is one thing they will teach you. Even if you're a foreigner and you come into Nigeria to establish a business, they are going to first of all teach you how to evade tax, how to give bribe. And this bribery, every single business person in Nigeria is involved in this bribery. It is part of the system. It has gone to the extent that people begin to adopt it as a legitimate way of life. It has gotten so worse that people, I can tell you that individuals are adopting fraud as a system of life. They no longer see it as a problem. That is why it is necessary that we get out of this zoo and build a sane society. Because if you continue, they have damaged, including our fellow Biafrans. We are the most affected. They have damaged our brain. That we begin to see illegality as legal. That is how bad it is. A policeman will stop somebody to check his paper. If